Hello, guys. Hello. Hi. You're welcome to today's live session. You're welcome to African Researchers Network. We're starting now. You can drop your comments in the chat if you're having any problem or difficulties in maybe the audio or the visual, so that we can be able to know we're on the same page. So you can introduce yourself as you're entering the channel, and that will really help us to know that your technology is working fine and we can start. So currently we're live streaming on YouTube channel, so the African Researchers Network YouTube channel. You find us live there, and also on LinkedIn. I hope you are all enjoying the holiday as well as the last days of 2023, and looking forward to greater achievements and fulfillment of your goals and plans in 2024. So as usual, days like this, people think about writing their New Year resolutions or evaluating the year, how it goes and how everything went, and trying to see all of the things that they need to include in the coming year. So you're welcome to the platform of African Researchers Network, and today we shall be unveiling new horizons, making a review of 2023, as well as looking forward to our goals and objectives as an organization in 2024. Once again, you can check the chat to be able to see the link to the YouTube channel in case you're having difficulties following us on LinkedIn. So once again, thank you for joining us. You can see the number of participants are increasing, and being the first of the series that we shall be going live on LinkedIn, it's quite understandable that a lot of people might be having one or two challenges in accessing that, and that's why we're streaming on multi-channels. So you can go to YouTube, just type at African Researchers Network, and then you're going to see a channel there. And then when you just go straight to streaming on the channel, then you will see the live session, and you can follow it, and you can drop some comment in the chat too, to show that you are following. Introduce yourself and state where you're joining us from, so that we can be able to also know you and also have the privilege to interact better with you even on this virtual platform. So for today's session, we shall begin with introducing our African Researchers Network, for those who are just knowing about us for the first time. And then we proceed to look at the past events we have heard, especially when it comes to webinars and trainings. And we have a brief reflection on the trend in technology, which we have witnessed in this 2023. What's the revolution in the artificial intelligence, large language models, and the impact it's going to have on academics, especially various fields of inquiry. And these are some of the issues that influence our decision, as well as our objective for 2024 with regards to the engagement we're going to have with our members, the nature of research we're going to embark on, and various ways in which we will be able to support colleagues, ask for support from experts who are consultants, resource persons, and facilitators within the network. So once again, my name is Augustine Fariola, and I'm the host for today's live streaming, and I welcome you to African Researchers Network 2024 Vision and Goals. Lovely. Yeah, thanks for joining us. And you can introduce yourself in the chat. And for those who will watch the replay of this session, feel free to also introduce yourself in the chat. We'll always be happy to have you either in the live session or whenever you have the time to watch the replay. So let's start with African Researchers Network, who we are and what we do. You will see that we have a YouTube channel. We've also introduced a newsletter channel, as well as various networking channels like Facebook, Twitter, um, WhatsApp, as well as Slack, where we have a robust conversation. And we have the board of trustees, Professor Remy Olatubosun, Father Patrick Faycheton, Dr. Jim Paris, and Dr. June, trustees will oversee and also ensure that the objective and the vision of the organizations as registered in the UK are consistent, and we're able to meet the interest of various members of our communities. And we have directors who are on the field working day and night to ensure that the members get the value for their enrollment, as well as the interaction between scholars in the diaspora and the continent got smooth within various channels. We have ASU directors who scholars as well as professionals working along with the directors to ensure that the members get the value for enrolling with us, as well as in managing our webinars, publications, and various forms of interactions with the general public. And we have registered members in as much as we operate as a community interest group. We still have those who are supporting financially with tokens with a certain amount to ensure that we're able to pay our bills, as well as to be able to run our financial commitment with the company house and other subscriptions that we are involved in for softwares that we're using. And we have consultants who are scholars across the continent, as well and in the diaspora, who serves as resource persons, facilitators, mentors, and play several roles to ensure that members across the organization will get support irrespective of their stage, their career stage, or their level in their workplace. So we have numerous consultants across various disciplines, and we're always glad to add more. And this is our story. We started in 2020 with a pandemic, and I think that gave a very good space for us to operate virtually, with a lot of people attending our webinars and sessions, since many people are working from home. And we also have a lot of engagements, as well as preliminary conversations, outreach to scholars during that period. And that helped us a lot to launch online platforms and conduct several webinars. And at the point, we registered the organization, and in 2022, that was a year devoted to interaction with scholars across the continent. So we had sessions that we call Pan-African Conversation, where we get a lot of people coming from the Northwest, South, and East African countries, interacting, talking about challenges and constraints that faces scholars, as well as ways in which this network can be of support to their engagement. And 2023, which is we can say the year of artificial intelligence, and we ensure that we support our scholars through various training sessions, which we call the digital workshops. And we had two of such sessions working on large language models, as well as new artificial intelligence tools. We had sessions to help our members to display their works, as well as engage with other scholars digitally by creating their individual blogs. using WordPress. And we also had sessions to teach programming languages, starting with um, basic syntax of languages like LaTeX and moving on to Python, SQL. So this has always been ways in which we try to move with the trend of the time. And the trend of the time, 2023, we can say that is seriously the year of artificial intelligence. And the African Researchers Network played a serious role to ensure that scholars in Africa are able to follow the trend and be able to have access to some of the technology. So we're going to take a break from here, and we're going to, if you have testimony, if you have attended some of our webinars, and participated in any of our training sessions, you can drop that in the chat, and your comments are greatly appreciated to be able to know that we are meeting your needs as well, and also we are adding value to your scholarly engagement. So feel free to drop that. For those who just joined us, thank you very much. We appreciate your time and effort. So after this brief section, which I've used to introduce the network, we're going to go straight to some of our past conversation, which is going to give us some form of insight to what 2024 would look like. So, in the meantime, let's take a break with a music in the background and uh, be in the festive mood. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome to the second part of today's live um, show, and I could see that a lot of people dropping messages in the chat, introducing themselves, and it's good. Thank you, and try to also mention your area of research and ways in which you want to collaborate with others. And let us also follow each other on LinkedIn, follow the other person and network, as well as um, mention ways in which you think that African Researchers Network can meet your needs, especially the type of research you're embarking on. Um, so we appreciate you for joining us, and okay, so yes, I can read in the chat. Yeah, we have Tutu. Yes, Abel dropped some comments in the chat talking about his first encounter with the African Researchers Network, and highlighting the okay, that was Canva. Brilliant. And so he said he remembered he attended that, it was intense, and he's so glad to use and teach others how to maximize Canva. Thank you so much, Abel. And Abel is currently an associate director in the network. He's also the intern manager who handles the intern as well as mentorship of African Researchers Network. Thank you, Dr. Tutu from Nigeria. Thanks for joining us. Senior Research Supervisor at ITA. Thanks. And we hope to also get your thoughts on what you think that ARN can do in 2024 to help researchers and to facilitate the sort of collaborations that we have always been promoting over the years within the network. So we're going to have the next session of this to take a look at what we have done in the past and to appreciate those people, especially facilitators, consultants, and those who have contributed so much to ARN over the years to get us to where we are today. And we'll take a look at some of the sessions that we have had and the sort of conversations that has been promoted over the years, especially ways in which we have collaboration among our members. So 2023, which a lot of people has considered to be the year of artificial intelligence, we faced a serious, what we can say, challenge as researchers based on the methods we have often been using, as well as the data, approach to data. And irrespective of our fields, whether the humanities, engineering, physical, or medical sciences, there is this real concern about the artificial intelligence and what big data has to to do with our respective research. And whether in chemistry, physics, philosophy, microbiology, law, languages, arts, and irrespective of your discipline, there is this concern about artificial intelligence, and various conferences sprang up during the year talking about artificial intelligence and its impact on our scholarship. And the questions that comes to mind is, should we ignore this, or do we think that the sort of paradigm shift that occurs in the computing, as well as the field of machine learning and data sciences, need to reflect, or have a direct impact on our own disciplines? And if we make a review of what we can say, the landmark breakthrough, as well as what we can say insightful publications, we see that there's a kind of a correlation between the sort of advancement that we witness in the computing area, as well as what we can say disruption brought by various emerging artificial intelligence tools. We see a lot of kind of a parallel advancement in biomaterial sciences. We notice that too in the field of medicine, in computing, in the industry, because you see this continuous drive for data scientists, and there's this kind of a shift in which a lot of people even left the academia to go into the industry, because the industry is no longer concerned about the previous skills. We're talking about people coming in to bring the impact of contemporary research in the large language models, artificial intelligence into their productions. And you see that in the advertising industry, in the education sector, various questions coming up on the impact of artificial intelligence, and this, we can't ignore that as researchers in Africa, as well as the diaspora scholars who have also their research, having the bedrock of their research data coming from Africa. So these are some of the things that we have to reflect upon as we are moving into 2024. What impact has this transformation and in the field of artificial intelligence, in the field of quantum computing, what impact is this having on my own field, and how do I become relevant in my field to the global conversations that is taking place? And some of the things that comes to mind as a scholar in the humanities, it's always this intersection, or we can say that the intersections that exist between disciplines, and we can see the boundaries that has often been established as disciplinary boundary been broken with this transition that we are facing in this artificial intelligence era. And the first part has to do with the mandate that we need to follow the trends of some tools that we need to use for our research. So basically, a lot of people have been using, let's say, for those who are in quantitative research, you're using Excel, you're using XPSS, you're using, well, there's this need for you to also learn programming languages like R and Python, and to also engage with new tools. And then we came up with the whole thing of what we do with what we can say the common tools or technology that seems to be available for non-technical researchers, like ChatGPT and Bard by Google, that's ChatGPT by OpenAI, and various other large language models that seems to be like, a kind of a taste of or a kind of an experience for those who don't even have a programming background, to be able to see what the artificial intelligence era can do and the impact it can have on textual data, on visual data, as well as even what we can say sound and videos. And we witnessed this, what we can say, a kind of a tsunami of various tools coming up that a lot of people find it difficult to even follow the trend. You see more than hundreds of artificial intelligence tools that are built on large language models. We see common tools that we used before having these incorporations of artificial intelligence functionalities into them. So we see that with Microsoft Word, Excel, with the capability to do quick statistics and other stuff. And I can say that for a lot of people, this can be confusing, and it can cause what we can talk about with technophobia. And that is one of the things that the scholars in the African Researchers Network, the areas in which we are looking at how to come in 2024. Various disciplines, have their own advantages and have their own input in conversation on artificial intelligence, as well as various technology that we need to learn to be able to meet with or to respond to the sort of questions that comes into play in our field. So we see people in the healthcare and medicine, for instance, in such a way that the question of what do they do with the patient's data, how do they learn from this, how do they predict from the data set that they have, how can healthcare be enhanced? And these are questions, but the questions are not necessarily to be answered by the doctors or people there, but these are things that for scholars in the humanities, as well as in computer sciences or other natural sciences, this is where collaboration comes in. And this is the sort of collaboration we're looking for in the African Researchers Network. We welcome your ideas, we welcome your innovations, we welcome your breakthrough, or what we can say, some of the outcome that you have arrived at in your own experimentation with some of the tools, as well as interaction with latest updates and publications. And you can be able to share with the others. You can be a mentor to some of our mentees who are in Africa or in various African countries, and who are trying to see how to ensure that what they are doing in their own space, align with the global research in their fields, and to be able to see how to contribute to conversation in their fields through international journals. So, when we reflect on the trend that we are witnessing, we also sought for different categories of people who can come in. You can come in as facilitators to organize the webinars to improve on artificial intelligence literacy in your field, to discuss ways in which other scholars can collaborate with you in your own research, and to look at some of the reflections that you've had, because in as much as we talk about the tsunami of technology, of tools, of perspectives to research, and what we can say, the paradigm shifts that we are witnessing, we also witness a lot of resources that are available online. So you can also share this to be able to help others to get a little bit of an idea of this transition and not to be left behind. And within the year 2023, we had a conversation on two series of conversation on ChatGPT and ways in which it can be used in our research without plagiarizing or without affecting the or calling making the cause for ethical concern, like the issue of privacy and the ways in which we're going to use it in an ethical way. And that has been very instrumental to people in improving their content. But what about, we're not talking about just improving the content, but we're talking about the integration or sort of intersection that we can create between the past and the present in our own research field. And this as part of the things that 2024 have in store for you as members of ARN, as consultants, to be able to have the platform to share your ideas, and also as mentees, looking for mentors, we ask for support, because there's this whole concern about space, availability of resources, and access to technology. And that is one of the things that African Researchers Network has tried to serve as a bridge in ensuring that we have this connection. So these are the issues that we shall look at in 2024, and we also welcome your own ideas, your own inputs, and ways in which you think that the network can serve you as an individual, and also the sort of webinars that we can look into. So you can drop in the chats, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching us live. You can also drop in the chat. You can email us. You can also send a private message to me on LinkedIn. If you have a webinar you want to organize, if you have someone that you know that we can reach out to, because we are non-for-profit organization, so we don't pay people for their presentations, but we appreciate them, we engage with their thought. So if you have one or two persons that can serve as this bridge and also help us in reaching out to the scholars within the continent, and also and enhancing their capability to engage with other scholars in the diaspora, and to be in touch with recent conversations in their field. So I welcome messages in the chat, and I think I can take time to read that out. If we have some, you can share your thoughts and let us know what you think about some of these issues that we have raised as part of our academic agenda or research agenda in 2024. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, I can see that. You can drop your message in the chats. Interesting enough, we have some people who are watching us too live on Zoom. I mean on YouTube. Sorry, the live stream is going on YouTube, and then we have the comments. So we're going to focus on the comments here in LinkedIn, to look at what your own thought is, and ways in which you think that we can support, or you can also support us. We can support you, and you can support us. So we'll take a few minutes break while we'll give you that time to drop that in the chat. So I hope you're enjoying the some of the flash that we are having for our past events, and we really appreciate with flashing that just to be able to show our gratitude to um, the who have been featured at those events. So and if you want to watch some of those past events, you can see that on our YouTube. with us. We appreciate you. We thank you for your commitment to spare your time to come and listen to what the African Researchers Network has in store for you. And on the Slack channel, you will see a lot of gist concerning conferences we plan for 2024, collaborations we're having, in particular as the African Studies Association in the UK is celebrating the 68th anniversary. We also have our own Restream where we have various panels, and you can always go to the website to be able to have access to submit your papers to us, to our channel, and we look forward to hearing from you. So once again, I'm Augustine Fanyola, Director at African Researchers Network, and feel free to reach out to me. You can follow, we have a LinkedIn page, you can also follow us there. You can follow, you can DM me too, and let's keep the conversation going. So have a joyful season and enjoy the rest of the holiday. Once again, can I say happy 2024 in advance. Bye. You still there? Bye.